Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the news. Before we begin, a quick look at the headlines. Assam BJP's massive victory will influence Meghalaya politics, says Meghalaya BJP leader M. Kharkrang. Meghalaya government to again seek PM Modi's date for Shillong Medical College inauguration. Shillong Civil Hospital infrastructure upgrade on the cards amid rising patient load. And coal mining issue could become deciding factor in 2028 Assembly elections, says UDP leader Meghalaya. First, a look at local news in detail. Jubilant by the BJP's return to power in Assam and Himanta Biswa Sharma securing a second consecutive term, the Meghalaya unit of the Bharatiya Janata Party today said the Assam verdict reflected strong pro-incumbency in favour of the party. Meghalaya BJP spokesperson M. Kharkrang expressed confidence that the political trend would eventually influence Meghalaya as well, predicting that the BJP could secure double-digit seats in the 2028 Assembly elections.
Assam, very clear. Even after 10 years, the BJP was voted to get to power. And that also was voted to power with a higher vote percentage and also more seats. Why? Because it was pro-incumbency, not anti-incumbency. Many of the governments, after 10 years, anti-incumbency comes in. Here, with the BJP Assam, it was pro-incumbency. I just hope so Meghalaya also, our people, the voters of Meghalaya also understand that. And you can check it up in Nagaland. There was a one by poll. That also went to the BJP because Nagaland has started to accept BJP over there. So I just hope so. And I believe that people of Meghalaya also, it's a matter of time, you wait 20 years, they will accept BJP.
The Meghalaya government will again approach Prime Minister Narendra Modi to seek a date for the inauguration of the Shillong Medical College and Hospital, or the SMCH. Health Minister Waidlamiki Shila said the Prime Minister had earlier fixed dates twice for the inauguration, but both were postponed due to unavoidable circumstances. He expressed hope that the medical college would be officially inaugurated this year. Shila said the medical college is already functioning with 50 students after receiving approval from the Medical Council of India.
Like you all know, this is like aspiration of the people of Meghalaya to have its own medical college. So it's a big achievement and it's a big thing for the state. So that's why we want that in for this particular function, we would like the Honorable Prime Minister to come and inaugurate it himself. We want to operationalize it by this year, means like by next session we want to take the student. So that depends, like we have to see, we'll know only after the completion of this, the recruitment of this faculty only. So whether we'll have the number or not, then only we'll be able to say that. But otherwise, government is committed to make it operationalized by next session.
Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma yesterday inaugurated Silum, an airy silk production unit in Bhoirambong in Ribhoi district to promote airy silk production and support silkworm rearers and weavers in the state. Addressing the program, the Chief Minister stated that the new production unit would strengthen the silk value chain, improve production quality and create better opportunities for rearers and weavers. He also handed over financial assistance of Rs 35 lakh under the Prime Meghalaya scheme to support the project.
Silum has done, it has created now this opportunity filled up this vacuum and gap that was present. And as mentioned by our friend who had just spoken before me from Nectar, that they have brought up a unit out here, one of its kind, in the country he's mentioning. If not in the country, at least in the region, I'm sure. There is now being able to give that opportunity to be able to sell the cocoons right here without having to send it outside, getting the right price for it, and most importantly, the weavers are able to then buy this product, the yarns produced out here, at a much more affordable rate than the rate that was being given by outside.
The old and congested Shillong Civil Hospital will soon be expanded to improve patient accommodation and healthcare facilities. Health Minister Waitlan Mikishila said the Red Cross has agreed to provide its land for the hospital's expansion. He informed that the detailed project report has already been prepared and tenders for the project will be floated soon.
We are planning on expanding it, and then but as you know that it is already functional, so it is very challenging for us because of the kind of location where it is. But thankfully to the Red Cross Meghalaya last time where CM visited this lady care mother and child I think this center, or I don't recall exact name. So they have agreed to give their land for the civil hospital to expand there. So we'll expand it. We already prepared the DPR also. So I think very soon we will be coming up with the tender and all. So where we'll accommodate them also, and the area will be given to the civil hospital also to use it, to expand it.
Clariot MLA and a former cabinet minister Kirman Shala has said that the political party that can successfully lift the coal mining ban could significantly influence the 2028 Meghalaya Assembly elections. Sheila said the 12-year-long ban has severely affected the people of East Jaintia Hills, where coal mining remains a major source of livelihood for many families. He said people are now seeking justice and are ready to support any party that can resolve the issue.
As of now, my people is a direct affected area when it comes to coal. So my people always cry for this thing that we wish there's a party and we wish the government could do something that the coal ban will be lifted from East Jaintia Hills directly and even the state as a whole. So my people will not mind any other party. It could be BJP, it could be VPP, NPP, my party, UDP, whichever party they don't mind. But it has to be a party who can, deliver, especially help us to lift the ban. So even now, also my people are expecting the same.
The National People's Party or NPP Mauthat Raishan bloc recently held a public meeting at Nongshallong village in eastern West Khasi Hills to campaign for party candidate Dr. DRL Nonglait ahead of the Shillong parliamentary by-election. The meeting was attended by Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong and Sneo Bhalangdhar among others. Addressing the gathering, party candidate Dr. DRL Nonglait sought the blessings of the people and pledged to work for public welfare and development if elected.
Beliau batik ya kaduk kasuk nrai tang kawai ke bangin itena nganas ngap jar kai kata kabong itena kiong itena nama kien ien dokli na parti NPP balai ujit naka NPP kakam kalakren kamjam ban ya gaji keno.
Nah kini kaman Kawan iyo kan pau ke por ke ba. Nirang samla ya kenal. Ya Irangba Resun Pensong Deputy Minister but State President. You don't have a great organization for a people from the Khasi Jainti Organization Organization. Manavadi, Nakalianga Youth Wing. Nilai Kelang Kishnong. Panikai Kisamla. Pankian Nakiti Kapua. Panikai Nikilong Kimi Kilong Kpa. Pankian Nakarukam Kamai. Nakabakai Kidrox. Pakiway Paki Jindi Wapunwai. Yo with a Thailand. Paki Dorbar Snom, Ki Dorbar Hima. Yo when the Thailand. But the district administration. But Komjuro. Pakiway there. Ki Bor. Kiway there. Yakabat Kinkiyo. Yakasukra Sanga Bhakamyat. Haka Inland Gasalang.
UDP leader Kirmanshala has said that there is nothing wrong if political parties approach leaders from other parties amid reports that the ruling National People's Party is trying to induct several UDP legislators. However, Shilla clarified that no one has approached him personally and said he is unaware whether other UDP MLAs have been contacted. He expressed confidence that UDP supporters would continue to stand by the party in future elections.
For others, I have no comment because I really don't know whether they have approached or not. Nobody will tell the truth actually. So if they have approached also, nothing wrong in that. Any party can approach anybody, but it's just that the person, he himself knows what is the most benefit for him, either to shift his own party to others or to stay with his own party. He knows better in his own constituency. But for me, personally, I would like to say that anything you do, especially to all the MLAs, take the concern of your people because they are the one who will elect you. Otherwise, if you do it by yourself, then people will leave you, then it will be a problem because to be back 28, you need your own people of your constituency. The same will happen to me. If anything, whatever we do, it has to be with the concern of the people.
Meanwhile, the Clariot MLA Kirmanshala has welcomed the proposed high-speed economic corridor connecting Meghalaya and Assam, saying the project will greatly benefit East Jaintia Hills and other districts along the route. The proposed 4-lane greenfield corridor will pass through Ribhoi, East Khasi Hills, West Jaintia Hills and East Jaintia Hills before connecting to Assam. The Rs 22,864 crore project involves the construction of a 166.8 km access-controlled highway from Maulingkhung near Shillong to Panchgram near Silchar.
This is not only for East Jaintia Hills, it's for the country as a whole. So that's why having this high-speed corridor, crossing through East Jaintia Hills is a blessing for my people and people of East Jaintia Hills. And wherever this high-speed corridor cross is a blessing for all those areas because this will ease the traveling and then will reduce the time traveling and especially it will bring a lot of change.
Traditional leaders and elders of Hima Sora have condemned remarks made by VPP Chief Ardent Miller Besayamoit over their recent protests at the Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council, rejecting allegations that the demonstrators were supporters of the National People's Party. Advisor of the Sinjuk Kle Nongsinshar Hima Sora, Paim Laborious Manik SCM, said the protest was solely aimed at protecting Khasi customs and traditional institutions, not linked to party politics.
We were quite surprised. We would have just keep quiet if they had done anything, whatever they want. But the fact that we are here today is because it is unfortunate that me, Ba'aden, had just choose to make a political issue out of a traditional customary practices. Furthermore, you have scandalized the innocent and honest demand of Ikon Ihajar of Himasora to have the CMD choose according to the custom and religious rites of Himasora. You branded these innocent people as NPP supporters, failing to see that the binding force is not party politics, but a love for the time-tested tradition inherited from their forefathers, based on the tenets and the wisdom of our ancestors.
Members of the Federation of Khasi, Jaintia and Garo people, Baridwa Circle, yesterday conducted an inspection drive against shops allegedly selling cigarettes and tobacco near school in Baridwa Reboy district. Led by President Dennis Nongrum, the team inspected shops near Little Star High Secondary School and Saviour High Secondary School. After finding some shops selling tobacco products, the organization warned shopkeepers against selling cigarettes and beedies near educational institutions.
Baridwa Primary System. Ini orang komplain lagi Vishnu hane. Kita ki dukan di cigarette, tembakau, dukan kuai, masa jadi school Saviour berarti sistem mo. Apa kumno ki yo lad ba song dukan ha marjan di school mo. Last ba ki ong ba kita di ninja ki nak school nungi. Pulih Saviour berarti sistem mo. Next time nyai kiting dong ru dong principal na yo dong musnong do nakaliga sing ban simjing bah atam ban ngakal pat ru iki musnong ban kit kha bo ban kit kha nam ta kan ban khang ki dukan kijai dukan ne ban ngakal pat yo commissioner ban kit kha nam ta kan.
The National People's Party Women's Wing, the National People's Women's Front Reboy district yesterday organized a Mother's Day celebration at Amjong village in Reboy to honor mothers from border villages under the Tiva area. The program covered women from 14 villages and aimed to recognize the contribution of mothers in strengthening families and communities. During the event, 56 elderly mothers aged 70 years and above were honored with traditional shawls as a mark of respect on International Mother's Day. The program was attended by Cabinet Minister Sosthenes Sotun, Mohati MLA Charles Marngar, Nongpo MDC Rona Kimdait and other leaders.
Amdu Bika and repeat Modi Puma, Lamki Puma.
The Office of the District Medical and Health Officer East Jaintia Hills, in collaboration with the National Program for Control of Blindness and Visual Impairment NHM Shillong and the Association of Community Ophthalmologists of India, organized the Drishti Rath Yatra Eye Awareness Campaign at KB Memorial High Secondary School, Wapumskur on Monday. The program began with a rally from Pamra Paitlu PHC to the school to spread awareness on eye health. Around 130 students from classes 6 to 10 underwent eye screening, with 33 students receiving eye aids. A look at the regional stories. Senior Senior BJP leader Himanta Biswa Sharma today took oath as the Chief Minister of Assam for a second consecutive term at a ceremony held in Guwahati. Governor Lakshman Prasad Acharya administered the oath of office and secrecy. Along with Sharma, 4 MLAs, Rameshwar Teli, Ajanta Niyog, Atul Bora and Charan Bora were sworn in as cabinet ministers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Home Minister Amit Shah and several NDA leaders attended the ceremony.
Sir, the ministers designate are present to take the oaths of office and secrecy. I request your
Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu today described the formation of the BJP-led government in Assam for a third consecutive term as a historic moment for the state and the northeast. Speaking on the sidelines of the swearing-in ceremony of the newly elected BJP government in Assam, Khandu praised Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma's performance over the past decade and expressed confidence that Assam would continue to witness rapid development under his leadership.
Yeah, this is a very historic moment for Assam since BJP is going to claim, is going to make government for the third consecutive year. And this is going to be the second term of the Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma ji. He has been doing a very wonderful job in his last tenure, and I'm very hopeful that, and I convey my best wishes to him, and I'm very hopeful that he will do excellently well towards the development of Assam. Since Assam plays a very important role in entire Northeast India, so being a BJP government and NDA government in Assam, it will play a very positive role not only in Assam but the entire northeastern region.
Moving on to national news. President Draupadi Murmu today conferred the National Florence Nightingale Awards 2026 on 15 nursing professionals at a function held at Rashtrapati Bhavan in recognition of their outstanding contribution to the field of nursing. The award honors registered nurses, midwives, auxiliary nurse midwives and lady health visitors serving under central and state governments, union territories and voluntary organizations. Each award carries a certificate of merit, a cash prize of ₹1 lakh and a medal. Lastly, news around the world. The United Nations has warned that a return to full-scale war between the United States and Iran would have catastrophic consequences amid rising tensions in the Strait of Hormuz. UN Deputy Spokesperson Farhan Haq said the UN wants all parties to remain committed to negotiations despite escalating rhetoric surrounding the fragile ceasefire between the two countries. The tensions come after reports of exchanges of fire between US and Iranian forces in the Strait of Hormuz following the ceasefire last month.
We have tried over the years in all of our diplomatic efforts not to listen too much to the rhetoric by any particular side involved in negotiations. What we want to do is make sure that the parties themselves remain committed to negotiations. A return to full-scale fighting would be, as the Secretary General has repeatedly said, catastrophic.
A look at the weather report. In Tura, the minimum temperature stands at 22 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature at 29 degrees Celsius, the relative humidity is 63% and the rainfall recorded is 1.4 millimeters. Moving on to Shillong, the minimum temperature stands at 16 degrees Celsius with maximum temperature at 23 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 71% and the rainfall recorded is 1 millimeter. Lastly, in Jowai, the minimum temperature stands at 16 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature at 23 degrees Celsius, the relative humidity is 69% and the rainfall recorded is 1.4 millimeters. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Jowai says moderate rain with thunderstorm likely at many places. Before we wind up, a recap of the headlines once again. Assam BJP's massive victory will influence Meghalaya politics, says Meghalaya BJP leader M. Kharkran. Meghalaya government to again seek Prime Minister Modi's date for Shillong Medical College inauguration. Shillong Civil Hospital infrastructure upgrade on the cards amid rising patient load. And coal mining issue could become deciding factor in 2028 Assembly election, says UDP leader Kirman Shala. With that, dear viewers, we come to the end of the news bulletin. For more updates, join us tomorrow at the same time, same channel. Until then, goodbye.